We're back, and this video is going to be teaching one of the foundational aspects of this game as you begin. But again, these foundational things are not just for beginners. This is tour player stuff also. Tour players are gripping their golf club correctly, they're aligning correctly, they're checking that out all the time, they're making sure their posture is in good shape. So although yes, you need to learn these things as beginners, and it's somewhat I don't know, sometimes it might feel a little bit slow. It's like, can we just get to hitting balls? Yes, but we want to put you in the best position to be able to build this good game called your golf swing, or this good swing in your golf game. And of the four things that we're talking about, we've already talked about your alignment, we talked about your posture, okay? We'll be talking about the body motions in your golf swing. This is the grip. And of those four things, I would say grip in that finish position are probably tied for top two. If your posture is off a little bit, it's not ideal, we can work with that. If your alignment's not ideal, yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, awkward for a while to try to correct that. But if your grip is incorrect and we try to change it, it's very difficult. And if your grip isn't correct from the get-go as far as your golf swing is concerned, now your hands aren't free to move as they're supposed to move in a swing. Because here's the thing, and I always talk about this, whenever you get golf instruction, you need to ask why in your mind. You don't always have to ask your instructor why, but it's important that you know why you're doing something, because it's going to help, again, your practice is going to help your play. So what we're trying to do with your hands in a golf swing is put them in a position where they can move freely, okay? They should rotate in the swing just like they naturally would in life. If you shake hands, it's going to be in this position, okay? You're not going to shake hands here, or here. They're not going to be in the odd positions. So we want them to be in a natural position they can move from. And also we want your two hands, in some senses, to act like one hand. Because again, it's not the hands that position the golf club necessarily in a golf swing. It's your body that's moving, and that's what's initiating this energy with the hands and arms in a golf swing. You'll understand more about this down the line. Here's a crazy thing to think about. Your hands don't move your body or the golf club. Your body moves your hands in the golf club. Okay, so the club head is not being moved by your hands, it's being moved by your body. It's a weird way to think about it, but it's a great way to think about it. We'll talk about that more as we go. Coming back to center, you've got to get your hands in the right position on your golf club. So we want them in a natural position, neutral position, and we want them to work like one hand. So if you just let your arms fall at your side, everybody has a tendency for their hands to fall slightly inward. No one stands like this. Okay, your hands fall slightly inward, and that's the way they're supposed to move. We don't move like this. And yet, if the golf club is gripped in this hitting position, okay, like this, what the tendency is that people do is they take their hands and they go from here to here. And now, this is not a natural position for your hand to be in. Happens all the time. This way, okay? And then we end up like manipulating the golf club and changing things to try to make things work, because that doesn't work. So although it may feel a little awkward with your hands slightly inward here, we also want to make sure that they're slightly inward on your golf club as well. And initially, that's going to feel really odd, but it will become second nature in time, okay? So first things first, we need to get your golf club up in the air, okay, so we can see it, and make sure the golf club's in the correct position. So let's take a moment. This is the shaft, this is the grip, this is the head of a golf club. What's the front of your head? The face. So this is the head and face of the golf club. It's also talked about sometimes in terms of a foot. Okay, here we go. This is the heel, and that's the toe. Heel, toe, head, face. These are score lines. We'll talk about that in another day. Okay, but as far as the grip's concerned, what we're trying to do first things first is to make sure that the golf club head is actually straight up and down. We don't care about the back of the golf club. We're looking at the front of the golf club. This is known as the leading edge, because that's the thing that gets to your golf ball first, okay? So this leading edge needs to be straight up and down. This is not good, and that's not good. We want that golf club head to be straight up and down. And I would really encourage you, as you learn this grip and you're putting your hands in the golf club and learning how to put them in the correct position, is to bring the club head up to eye level. Bring the face up to your face, okay? The golf club grip will stay about waist high. And it's going to be easier to feel the golf club, have the golf club correct grip feel the best when it's in this position. Okay, so from here, just for the time being, we're going to take your right hand. We're talking about this for right-handed players. If you're left-handed, just think backwards. Okay, so right hand for the time being, we're just going to grip the shaft of the club. Just going to hang on to it just like that. It doesn't matter how you do it right now, it doesn't matter. We want to give the left hand the opportunity to grip the golf club correctly first. So, left hand, left palm, left hand, left thumb are going to be actually directly on top of your golf club. Okay? Right there. And in fact, you've got a pad of your left hand, and that's going to be directly on top of the golf club. Okay, there we go. And then left thumb is on top of the golf club. What you don't want to allow to happen is this grip to fall into the center of your hand, because now this doesn't work. Your hand doesn't move freely. Okay, you've just gripped it like this. So we want to get that left thumb and that left palm on top of the golf club, and then you can go ahead and grasp the golf club with your fingers. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you should be able just to let go of the golf club with your right hand and just hold the left hand up with the golf club in it. Okay, depending upon your strength, I get it, but most people are going to be able to hold the golf club in this position. Left thumb, left palm on top of the golf club, and the golf club head is straight up and down. Okay, it's a heck of a lot easier to bring the club head up in the air. If you try to grip the golf club initially from this position, the tendency again is to go like this, and we're in big, big, big trouble. Okay, so left thumb, left palm, bring the golf club head up in the air, leading edge straight up and down. Left thumb, left palm on top of the golf club, and you're in pretty good shape. Now, next, other hand. All right, what you want to do here is hold your hand up. I know it's your right hand, so we're going to solemnly swear. Solemnly swear we're going to practice every day. Okay, I get it. Kind of funny. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is make sure is that your right thumb is actually up against your palm. Not like cramped, but we just want contact. What we don't want here is the Happy Gilmore, or baseball thing where we've got the golf club being gripped like this, okay? We want to keep that right hand up, put the right thumb up against your palm. It's going to develop a little line, okay? And we want to maintain that line as we grip the golf club. So here we go. Left thumb, left palm on top of the golf club. Solemnly swear, get that right thumb up against your palm, and from there we're going to lower it down on top of the left, okay? Left thumb, left palm on top, solemnly swear, set it down, okay? And now that palm just envelops the left thumb, and you'll have that little line still on top of the golf club. So your right thumb should not be directly on top of the golf club. It's actually going to fall past center, okay? And that little line we created by solemnly swearing is going to stay there, and that is what's going to be on the center of your golf club, and maybe toward the right shoulder. There's some wiggle room there, okay? Everyone's different. Do it, somewhat comfortable at this point, although it's going to feel awkward because you haven't done it before. But from right there, you can grip the golf club or grasp the golf club with your fingers, okay? Left thumb, left palm on top, solemnly swear, that's on top as well. If you've seen other videos, we talked about railroad tracks, reminding you about alignment towards your target. We've got a string for your posture. What you're looking for with your grip is just to be on top. Left thumb, left palm on top, solemnly swear, that's on top as well. And there you go, you're gripping the golf club. And the most important thing about your grip is how it looks to you from the top. Left thumb, left palm on top, the line's on top as well, and there you go. There should not be any space between your hands, because remember, another thing that we're trying to create here is one hand out of two hands. All right?